What's happening, people? It's your girl Mina. Welcome back to my channel, and today I've got a very special interview for you guys. Be sure to hit the like button, be sure to subscribe, and be sure to comment down below, because I promise you this is a special one, and it's the first, but it's definitely not the last. Let's go. Second guest actually on my channel, but the first from Manchester United. I'm joined by the Manchester United and Scotland international player Emma Watson. Emma, welcome to the channel. How are you doing, first and foremost?
Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm getting there. So yeah, doing well.
That's good. We're just off camera. We're talking about the weather and everything, how it's just inconsistent. But of course, I think we could talk about a bit of stuff. We could talk about the trajectory of your career, albeit you're still young and got a lot to do in your footballing career. But let's take it back to where it started, the beginning phases of playing football. How did you get into football?
Yeah, so growing up, my older brother, he played football. He played to quite a good level. He played at Rangers until he was 16. So when I was younger, I kind of used to go along to his training sessions, and I kind of thought I want to get involved. So I then started kind of joining in training, and then I joined my local boys team, and that's kind of where it all started.
I think a lot of female players kind of have that start where they start playing with boys before they end up playing with girls. In terms of the position you played, did you always play where you play right now, or did you kind of like experiment across the starting 11?
Yeah, no, I definitely think I've played a lot of positions. I think mainly when I was younger, I kind of played more in a wider area because I was quite quick, quite nippy. And then kind of as I've gone through my career and I've grown up and started getting into like the national teams and things like that, I've kind of moved more central. It's definitely kind of where my preferred position is centre mid, getting on the ball, getting involved, running. Like it kind of suits me well.
Did you always feel like you could make a career out of it? Or did you just play it at first as a hobby? At what point did you feel, you know what, this is something I could do long term?
Yeah, no, I think when I was younger, it was just playing for the love of the game and playing with my friends and just kind of just loving the sport. I think as I grew older and I started getting, Scotland call-ups for the youth levels and progressing through the academies and playing age groups up. And obviously there were a lot of role models that I had growing up. So I kind of seen what they were doing with their career, and I kind of realised, yeah, that's something I really want. And obviously I was I thought I was pretty good, and I kind of knew that it was something I really want to pursue, and that's kind of where I thought, yeah, like let's make this happen.
Is there any particular player, especially like growing up, that you tried to mold your game to or took inspiration from, especially in that midfield? Because you mentioned about the fact that, in midfield, you have to be an engine, you have to run, dictate play, get players involved. Is there any particular players you looked at for inspiration, even till today?
Yeah, no, I think growing up I was a huge fan of Caroline Weir. When I'd go and watch the Scotland games, I used to sit and watch her play, and I thought she was a brilliant player. She's so technically gifted, and her vision is it's incredible. So there are definitely points that growing up I would take from her game and try and implement into my game. I think another one, like a big player like Messi, I think you just see how technical he is on the pitch, the way he moves and just glides past players. I think that's something again that I wanted to add to my game. So I'd probably say those two players were players that I really looked up to and that I kind of wanted to mould my game around.
You kind of mentioned just how when you started getting calls to the national team is when you really thought maybe this is something I can do seriously. You progressed through the ranks with Scotland, went on to join the senior team 12 months ago. Just share that feeling. What was that feeling like, just to progress from the bottom of the national team, i.e. a younger age group, and then go all the way to the senior team? What was that like?
Yeah, I think looking back now, obviously you start getting into national teams at 12, 13, and you come through all the ranks, and looking back, it is special. That I have gone through all those age groups, and I've had the privilege of playing so many different teams and different styles of football and playing under different managers with different players. I think these experiences that I've had have definitely helped me in my career. And obviously getting to the senior team it's a dream come true for any girl that plays football. So the fact that I was able, to get my call up, come through all the ranks and play alongside some of the players that I looked up to growing up. It's such a special feeling, and obviously a huge honour, and obviously that I've had to work hard to get there. So just a lot of pride and a lot of hard work has gone into it. So yeah, very grateful.
Of course, once you got to the senior squad, I think it's probably a memorable moment for you. You then went on to score twice in your second senior appearance at your national stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about that day. Just describe the day and just the feelings. How was your family feeling after that? How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, so I think obviously we were playing against Costa Rica and it was at Hampden. It was pouring down with rain, typical Scottish weather. And yeah, I just remember starting the game full of energy, and I think it didn't take long for me to get to score the first goal. And I think as soon as the ball hit the back of the net, I just kind of ran off celebrating with the team, and like that feeling, that buzz, that I think about it now and I still get goosebumps. I think it was such a high point in my career, and I felt on top of the world. It was just an amazing feeling. And obviously I got my second goal. Celebrations were a bit more composed that time. We didn't go mental. But yeah, scoring two goals at Hampden on your second cap for Scotland, it's what dreams are made of. And after the game had finished, my whole family come down to the pitch, and yeah, I think they were just so proud of me because they've seen everything that I've had to go through to get to where I am today, and all the hard work, the dedication, the sacrifices, and I think they were just so happy for me. I think when I scored the first one, my mum was in tears, and so was my big brother, and yeah, I think it was a great day for me, but it was also an amazing day for them as well. And at halftime, I actually remember I was walking into the tunnel and I seen my mum standing up there, and I just gave her a wee love heart to show that the goal was for her, and everything that she's done for me. But yeah, it was a really special night.
No, that I love stories like that. Honestly, I'm a sucker for those kind of stories because it really just shows you just how grateful people are, not just for the journey, but for the moment. And I think something like that, to celebrate it with your family, with your friends, and of course,
Mm-hmm.
people who have been there throughout your journey, I think that's just amazing. Talking about your journey, you've had a 12 months, I would say, of ups and downs, from signing a pro contract with Rangers. And then sometime after that, you made your debut for Scotland. And then that summer, you joined Manchester United. And then you picked up a season-ending injury. How do you deal with the highs and the lows that come with being a footballer?
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not going to sit here and say that the lows aren't tough. It's really hard. I think with obviously doing my ACL and going through this long process, I think I've learned a lot about myself as a person, and I think one of the big takeaways from this experience is that you really have to just live in the moment and just cherish everything, because you know obviously I had my ACL injury, but I was on such a high. So I think you just have to really embrace the highs, enjoy them, but then also on the lows, I think you have to experience the lows. You have to go right through them, but then it's also about finding that middle ground and not getting too high on the highs and too lows on the low. I think it's just trying to find that middle ground and just appreciate where you are, kind of thing, and just kind of go totally through it. But yeah, I think the last 12 months have obviously been full of so many positives, and so many memories. And then I've also had that other side, the not so good side of the game, of the injury, the being out for a long period of time, not being able to train, not being able to play, and kind of trying to work out who I am without football, because obviously growing up, that's all I've ever done every single day is play football, and have that taken away from you. It's tough, and you get a new appreciation for it and a new love for it because you can't have it. So yeah, it's about finding out who I am without football, and I think that's definitely what I've been able to do. And yeah, now that I'm getting back on the pitch and stuff, like I'm just buzzing about, absolutely loving it, and just taking everything day by day. But we're back on the up, I think.
How is the rehab process going?
Yeah, so I'm 6 months post-op now. Back on the pitch, running, dribbling, doing like passing drills and stuff like that. I think from the start of my journey, I had a really tough first few weeks after surgery. I had some some health stuff, just struggling to recover after the surgery. And then after that, it kind of started to go a bit more smoother, and I was starting to see real progress with my knee, and it was getting stronger. And I feel like I just kind of started to pick up speed, and I just throughout this whole process, I kind of had this really like fixed determination to just do the best I can when I'm in the gym, just give it my all, smash all these goals that me and United have set. And yeah, that's kind of what we're doing, and we're going at it at the pace I can go at, and yeah, it's going really well.
No, that's great to hear. Obviously, I wish you all the best with the recovery, and I'm looking forward to seeing you back on the pitch for Manchester United. You mentioned Manchester United. Obviously, you joined them last summer, had a pre-season with them, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
What was it like when you found out that Manchester United were interested in you?
When I found out, I was obviously ecstatic because they're a huge club, and what they've achieved in the short 5 years that they've been about, it's incredible. And I think when a club like that comes in for you, I think you can't not explore that route. But I think it came at a really good point because obviously I'd had such a good season with Rangers, and kind of played two years or so of senior football up in Scotland, and I kind of knew that at the end of the season I wanted to make my move to the WSL, and I wanted to further my career and try something different and experience something new. So with United coming along, and obviously they're a great club full of amazing people, such a family feel, it was definitely the best choice for me to go to United, and obviously I couldn't be happier.
You talk about Manchester United, obviously, as a club. Did you know much about the fans before you joined? And what has your experience been like, with the fans? Because they are one of the best, I would say, WSL supports, home and away.
Yeah, 100%. The fans are amazing. You can't fault them. They come to every game with energy and backing of the team. So they've been brilliant. But I don't. If I'm honest, I didn't really know much about the fan base before moving down. Obviously, I knew it'd be different up in Scotland because the game's so much more progressed down here. So I knew it'd be a larger fan base. But I think the commitment that these fans have to come watch our games like week in, week out, follow the team back us, to go to London, they travel all these places, like it's incredible to see. And I think that, throughout the process of my ACL and stuff, I think they have really supported me and showed that, they're buzzing for me. They can't wait for me to get back on the pitch and see me play. And I think seeing me comments and messages like that and hearing it face to face with fans, it gives you a wee boost and it gives you a wee lift to be like, okay, right, I need to get back and it's going to push me forward. And I think their support has definitely been massive.
No, I love that. Like I said, I think United have one of the best supporters, and that's not me being biased at all or anything. In terms of the team right now, is there any players in the Manchester United team that you look up to? And if so, what is it like being able to be with them on a regular basis and take guidance from them at such an early stage in your career?
Yeah, I think obviously Nikita Paris is a massive player. I think she's definitely someone in the team that I look up to massively. I think she's just so experienced. She's been to so many different clubs and she's achieved a lot as well. And obviously she's played at a high level with England. And I think she's such a true professional on and off the pitch. So she's definitely someone that I would go to for advice, or someone that I definitely look up to massively. Like when I moved in the summer, I kind of went through pre-season, and she was definitely someone that kind of took me under her wing, and she'd give me advice. And maybe if I wasn't having a good session or I had let my standards slip, she'd pull me aside. She'd be like, "That needs to be better." Like she was on me, but I think she just has like belief in me and knows that I can be a good player. So I definitely say Nikita Paris.
In terms of, obviously, I think it's safe to say you've got a long time left in your footballing career. What's your goals? What do you want to achieve? Is there any individual stuff that you want to achieve? Obviously, I'm sure silverware trophies are somewhere in the mix of that as well.
Yeah, no, I think from a individual point of view, I'm an ambitious player and a person that wants to, achieve a lot and set high goals. I think, winning a trophy like the Balon d'Or, is definitely on one of the top rankings of kind of one of my goals in my career that I want to achieve, and that's kind of something that I strive for every day. I wake up that it's like a purpose. I want to be better to get myself closer to that. I think also a massive goal of mine is to be a role model for the younger generation of girls, coming through. I think to just to inspire some girls to play football and get involved, and hopefully they can see what I'm achieving and kind of my route through football, and maybe following in my footsteps or something. So I think to be a role model. I think from a team point of view, obviously like I'm in the WSL now. I want to win the WSL title, Champions League, start pushing for that. There's so many trophies that we can win as a team at United, and maybe from a Scotland point of view as well, qualify for a major tournament. So I've got big dreams and big goals, but I think that's kind of what I'm working towards.
The best thing you can do, I'd say, is always dream big.
Yeah,
Always dream big, aim for the stars. And if you miss, you get the moon. So
yeah,
you
exactly.
still win somehow.
That quote.
Let's switch up a little bit. We're going to switch up a little bit and play a little light-hearted game. I want you
Okay.
to build a five-a-side team of
hmm
players that you've played with.
Okay, so in goals, we've got Mary Earps, has to be. We're going to go midfielder, Caroline Weir, because she's just the best. We'll go striker, Nikita Paris. We'll go left wing, we'll go Claire Emsley. And on the right, we'll go Jay-Z. There we go, that's my five-a-side team.
That's a very skillful team. I can't lie. That's
It's
a
a good
very
team.
five-a-side. I can't lie. As just before we wrap it up, I got some fun questions for you. Just in
Okay.
terms of Manchester United team, who's the funniest in the United team?
Funniest. That's a great question. You know what? I think Melvin can be quite funny at times. Yeah, she's quite funny. I think Aoife's quite funny as well. But I think there's lots of us that can have our moments. But
Yeah.
I'd say they can be quite funny. Yeah.
Who is the dressing room DJ in United? Or who's got the best music taste?
You know what? I'm gonna say me because recently, no, because in the gym I've started to take over the speaker and play my songs, and you know what? I've not had many complaints, so I think people are kind of loving it. But I'd say on a game day, definitely Millie Turner is probably the one that goes on the speaker. But at training, I put myself up there.
All right, I'll let you give it to yourself. For now, I'll let you give that to yourself, but you can't give any more to yourself after
No, I
this.
won't. I won't.
Who would you say has got the best dress sets? Who's got the best drip, the best swag?
I'm gonna say Nikita. I think she dresses really cool. Or Melvin. Some of the outfits she comes to training in, I'm like, whoa, that is cool.
You know that says a lot because I met Nikita at Newcastle FA Cup game, and she complimented my dress sense. So you're
Right?
saying she's got the
Okay.
best drip, I'm gonna take that compliment very,
Yeah,
very
you
seriously.
must have some drip then, yeah.
I must do. If you're saying Nikita's got the best dress sense, and she complimented me, then that means technically then I'm kind of the best dressed as well in United, even though I
Yeah,
don't play for them.
yeah. Take it.
Who would you say is the most competitive in the team?
um, Most competitive. I'd say probably say Nikita again. I'd say Nikita's probably quite competitive. I think Zell can be competitive. I think as a whole team, like if we're doing like a big game or if we're doing mini games or something like that, then I think everyone wants to win. No one doesn't want to win. Do you know what I mean? Everyone hates losing, so I think we can all be quite competitive.
And the last but not least, this is a wholesome one. Who's the mum of the team?
The mum of the team. I'd say I'd say Gabby George can definitely be the mum of the team. I think she definitely looks out for us. She's definitely the mum of our wee ACL group that we have at the minute, and she's kind of like a go-to. And we joke sometimes that she is the mum, but I'd probably say Gabs. Gabs, yeah.
If you guys ever wondered, who's got the best dress sense, who's the funniest, and of course how Emma's recovery is going, then you have all your answers. Emma, thank you so much for joining. We spoke off camera about your, future celebrations. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait that celebration if you score next season. I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna wait for it. But thank you so much, Emma, for joining. Guys, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe and let us know your thoughts below in the comments. As always, it's your girl, Mina. And Emma, the first United player here on the channel, definitely will not be the last. I'm out, guys. Peace.